Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Is that a little better?
Yeah.
No?
A little.
A little? I'm trying.
Testing.
There we go.
Woo, yeah. Give the sound system a hand, y'all. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Again, I said we are tired of this domestic terrorism that's been going on in our cities. And I'm glad that you all came out. We are taking a stand, a peaceful and safe stand against this unjust system. Because we all know the system is not just. It's not just. Okay? Never has been just for us for years. Okay? So we have to take a stand. And I am glad that we have all races here to stand in solidarity for this reason, for this issue that we are facing on a daily basis that we have to go through. We're scared to send our sons off to school. We're scared, to see if something's going to happen to them when they walk down the street. We were created equal by God, but man destroyed that creation by separating us and desegregating us. So we're here to take a stand, y'all, and we're not going anywhere. It's not going to happen. We're not going anywhere. We're taking a stand. We're tired. Okay, I don't agree with the looting and all of that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it because we're tired. Okay, we need to be heard. We've been trying to be heard for so long, and it's been swept under the rug like we don't exist. The same blood that runs through your veins runs through mine. The same color blood runs through mine. Okay? So with all of that said, we're going to start with the speakers that we have lined up to come and speak on their truth. We're going to give them 5 minutes, and I thank everyone for coming. I see the mayor's here, and the pastors are here, and I thank you guys for coming and being out, supporting our city across the country, and even in Benton Harbor, Michigan, because this is our city, and we want to keep it intact like it's supposed to be, and we want it to get better. We don't want to go back to the norm, because the norm is what they're doing now. We want things to change. It has to be a change, a true, sincere change from the heart, not just on the outside. Okay, from the heart. We have to be ready to change from the heart. So, without further ado, our first speaker we're going to have is Miss Ayanna Johnson. Where is she?
Here she go.
We're going to give you about 5 minutes to speak.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is
Go ahead,
Ayanna
y'all.
Johnson. My son's name was Darius Karate Wimberly. He was an educator in this community. He was approached by the police who says, hey, you know what's going on in this community. We need you to let us know what's going on in this community. And my son said, I'm not a police, I teach kids. And there our harassment began. They went to stripping him in his karate gi in the middle of the street. They even arrested him for walking down the street with a Kindle too loud. That ended in them shooting him in his back 9 times, riding a 20-inch Huffy bike. They said he was riding this bike, shooting 2 guns like a cowboy. My son is between 6'2" and 6'3". He's about 250 to 270. I'm trying to make sense of it. There was no gun residue on my son's hands per their reports, so you tell me. He was killed October 18th. My next gift was Christmas Eve, when I found out that his murder had been justified. The police invited me and my family down to the police station to watch a video. And if any of you know, y'all seen the video too. It didn't show my son doing anything. So I don't agree with them, but it's another sweep under the rug. So So I am here today because I've already lost mine. But every day a mother loses her son or daughter at this point. And it's just not right and it's not fair. And they need to be held accountable.
That's right.
And it takes a lot to stand here as angry as I am as a mother. But I don't promote violence. I don't promote burning down buildings. We live here. And I promote peace. When they killed my son, over 250 kids and adults came and they said, let's burn Benton Harbor down. Let's get the police. But I did not want one mother or father to feel like I felt that day.
Amen.
It is undeserving.
Mm-hmm.
No parent should bury a child. So I'm here today because 2016, it was my son.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always a tomorrow and a 23 seconds from now that it could be one of yours. So I say, no justice, no peace. The police need to be held accountable for their actions all over the United States. It's not just here, it's everywhere. I have so many mothers that I meet with. Tamir Rice's mom, Mike Brown's mom, Eric Garner's mom. Okay? I know these ladies personally, and all our pain is the same. Amir Brooks, we all cry the same. Marissa Barrera lost her brother. We all cry and feel the same pain. We all hurt the same way, and it is not fair, because there is not a night that I don't drop on my knees and cry myself to sleep and pray for everybody else's son and daughter. And I love y'all. This is not what it's supposed to be.
That's right.
A badge don't make you the shit.
Enough is enough.
Okay? And they need to be held accountable. And everybody that turns the cheek and act like they don't see it, you just as guilty as the police.
That's right.
Prayers and blessings to you all. I am proud. To every police officer in America, I will never stop fighting for mine, but I will do it peacefully. And I will win in the end, because I serve a mighty God.
That's right.
And He serves all y'all shit. Prayers and blessings. Thank y'all.
Okay, so and that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Ayana, for your truth and speaking your truth and speaking what you feel went on with your son and the situation. And I just have to say that it's, you know, a lot of things she said is true. I've been here and I've seen our city. I've seen, and it's just like she says, not just here, it's everywhere, but I'm talking about here in our city of Benton Harbor, Michigan. Okay? Where we are what, 90% black, the majority of the leaders are black, you know, but our police department, something is wrong. Something is broken. Something is wrong, something is broken, and it has to be fixed. I've heard police officers lie. I've heard them lie with my own ears. I've seen a video with Michael Thompson that got beat down at Main Street Market, you know, and that was justified, and it shouldn't have been justified. It shouldn't have been justified. He could have been another Eric Gardner or whatever. Thank God he wasn't, you know. So at this point, is Michelle Evans here? Michelle Foster Evans, are you here? Okay, I don't think she's here. Okay, we're gonna move on. Another thing, I spoke with this young lady about a case that was here in Benton Harbor, and this young man is locked up for life. She came to my office, we talked, and she shared her concerns with the Benton Harbor Police Department here in Berrien County, and he was locked up for life for a murder that he allegedly did not commit. And so she came to me and she wants to come, and I'm going to have her come and share a few minutes of her story, of her testimony, or what she had to deal with our corrupt system and our corrupt police departments here in the city. Ms. Priscilla Tobias, are you available?
Thank you very much. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today. Everything I have heard, they really hit it on the nail. The First Lady who talked about how we would never, ever, ever, ever give up on her child. I'm here to say that I will never, ever, ever give up on the person I'm trying to get released. His name is Joseph Hill. Right over there is a little restaurant, used to be called Diego's Cafe, that my brother owns. Right there is a place used to be called The Sheets. One night I'm going home, I stop at our restaurant, and they had all the lights on late in the afternoon, in the evening, and I made a big fuss about it. You know what happened? Joseph Hill said, man, there she goes, tripping again. Tripping again. Later we find out there's a murder. And the young man who was murdered, his family and loved ones also has the right to know who truly murdered their son and their loved one, because it was not Joseph Hill. Joseph Hill was over there on Wall Street. He was washing dishes with my brother, a United States Marine, a business owner. He was there with other employees as well. I'm here to tell you I cannot say much because we are now before the Michigan Integrity Unit. But let me tell you what has happened since then. When we are out there trying to find the real person who did this, to showcase and have facts about the innocence, there was a DNA report that came out with the bullet shells of that crime scene 2 years later after they sentenced Joseph Hill that did not have his fingerprints on it at all. That's DNA. Also, when he was working for us, he had an attorney that was given to him for a murder. 1 month before the trial. It was only scheduled later. There was a continuance by the prosecuting team. But let me tell you something. So when a murder, 1 month, that lawyer, God rest he's deceased now, he didn't even know anything about the case. He didn't even call us. I had to call him to say, hey, we are the witnesses that can tell you he was working at our restaurant. That lawyer only spoke to me on the telephone. He never interviewed me. He never contacted my brother, the United States Marine and business owner. He never contacted the other witnesses. None of that ever happened. He was not even having the proper defense for now he is serving mandatory life in prison. You know, he is now legally blind. He has been beaten. His arms and his body has been broken. This is a man that was right here, a resident of Benton Harbor. Since that time, when we started to find the facts, my brother ran into one of the witnesses. These witnesses were given less sentencing to give their story. The young lady said, I have never even met Joseph Hill in my life. This police officer took me to a restaurant with my children and told us what to say. Now she is so afraid of what could happen to her. You know, all of these things are happening. The DNA report, when we had the Innocence Project working on this, they had evidence, and then the students, they have now graduated and gone on. But this is just, and then in the police report, it shows that one of their main witnesses, he failed the polygraph test. The prosecutor at the time told him to take a polygraph test that he failed. But this attorney, he was given 1 month before the trial, never even looked into that. There is so much more I can say, but we have a young lady who's running around here afraid to speak up and speak out and tell the truth because she's afraid of what the police may do to her because it's what they have already been doing to her. When the police officer was the first one on the scene of the crime, he was still with the police doing the trial. He just left the police force only a year or two ago. He was nowhere to be found for the trial. You know, this has to stop. And you know, right now we're talking Minnesota, we're talking Atlanta, but we're talking also right here in Benton Harbor, Michigan. We're talking here in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And that is what we have.
Can you hear our voice today? You can't see our faces, but can you hear our voice today?
He has spent 17 years, and that's why I went to the Sharp Foundation. I went to the Sharp Foundation because I heard that she wasn't afraid. I heard that she was willing to step out even though it was a fearful situation. I'm just as fearful. This man is innocent. We want the governor to look into this case. We want the governor to do the research herself with her attorney general team and free this innocent man. Ms. Sharp, I thank you. Trick and Bond, I don't know where you are. I thank you for helping to put this on. We can share her story.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, y'all, we tired.
Johnny, because I remember when they tried to come and arrest me.
We're tired, and this is a peaceful protest. This is a peaceful protest. Okay? And we're going to keep the peace. Okay?
Tell everybody we down here, the white people, Mr. Park, anybody.
All the stories you've heard so far has been true. To the best of, I know my knowledge. But it's saddening and it hurts. It hurts to see this going on. And again, it must stop. I can't continue to say I can, but it's like a broken record that we have to continue to rise. We have to continue to rise as a people.
Yes.
We have to rise as a people and not keep silent when we see things. When we see things that are not right, the police tell us, when you see something, say something. But that goes for when we see y'all do something, we're going to say something. Okay? It goes both ways. It goes both ways. You're not above the law just because you wear a badge. You're not. It's time for racial equity. It's time for racial equality.
Yeah.
Right here, right now, in the city of Benton Harbor, Berrien County, everywhere across the nation. And we're going to continue to speak up and speak out, whether you like it or not. We're not going anywhere. So right now, I'm going to call on Pastor McAfee, if he's, where is he? There he is, to have a few words.
We are here today to stand in solidarity in the city of Benton Harbor and all across this great nation of ours to say that enough is enough. The good book says, envy not the ways of the oppressor and follow none of his ways. Micah 6:8 says, oh man, he showed thee what is good. What does the Lord require except for us to do justice and love mercy? And so we have to come today as a group of people across all racial lines and religious lines and demand that we do justice.
That's right.
We have to demand that people do what they say they're going to do to protect us. We need to make sure that no one gets away with anything anymore. We need to make sure that if anyone is going to do anything, it's going to be us. We need the police to break the code of silence. We need you to hold up your creed of to protect and to serve. You can't protect and serve where you're not willing to go against your homeboys, and you can't protect and serve people that you don't have respect for. If you're going to be in the community, you're going to have to learn to have some respect for the community that you patrol. But here's the other thing. We got to stop letting folk just come in and do us any kind of way. People got to be held accountable. Number two, as African Americans, we give our vote away too easy. It needs to be stated today and known that if nobody is willing to change legislation to where police officers can be properly prosecuted for the stuff that they do, they can't have our vote anymore.
That's right.
We have to get to the point they can no longer scare us with 45 being in the White House. Because the 45 in the White House, it still ain't stopped us from dying. We were dying when you had the White House. So if you're going to do something, you're going to have to make a change. We can no longer give our vote away for free. It's got to start at the local level, the state level, all the way to the national level. If you get our vote, you're going to earn our vote. You no longer get to do what you want to do and say what you're going to do when you get in. If you're not willing to say to us today, whoever running for presidency or whatever you're doing, if you're not saying you're going to Washington to pass and change legislation to do with police brutality, you can't have our vote. We won't give you our vote. Lastly, I'm tired of people who are always talking about if we change, we'll be alive. Okay, well, we stopped. We cut our hair. We still dead. We went to school and got educated. We still dead. Ask the brother in Harvard who was bird watching and somebody called the police on him talking about a big burly black man. Whatever we do is still not enough for a country that we've been loyal to for far too long to keep getting what we got. It is time for us to make this country cash the check that it wrote in the Martin Luther King days. It's time to make it happen now. And the only way it's going to happen is if we quit fighting one another and come together and get it. We walking through the crowd and won't even speak to each other, but we coming to fight for justice. That don't make no sense till we get justice starting with us. So as I close today, be careful enough of these people that are in our community that's busting out windows already and then blaming us. We're not taking nobody tearing up the city of Ben Harbor from here or not from here. And we're prepared to do whatever we got to do. God bless you. But we have to say enough is enough. You can't have our vote unless you're willing to do something different. We can't keep doing the same thing. Business as usual is no longer acceptable.
Y'all, we gotta hold them accountable. Some people get these titles, get these positions just to hold a title, just to have that behind their name. But if you're not gonna do the job that's required, get off. Get off. Get off the board. Get off the position. Get off the pot. Okay? If you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do, okay? Because there's a job that needs to be done. We had lives, we had bodies over there in the river. In the river that they found and still don't know what happened. Jesus still don't know what happened. Okay, we don't know. We're still trying to figure out what happened. All those bodies found floating in the river. What happened?
We're not swimmers. We don't swim.
So we need to come together. I'm tired. We need to stand up. I'm tired. Hold them accountable. And again, get out and vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. If you're not registered to vote right away, like yesterday. Get out and vote. Because that's the only way we're going to change it. You come out.
Absentee vote.
Whichever way you can. Vote. Okay? If you can come out here, you can go to the polls. Okay? Get out and vote. Like I said in the post, Kaepernick's kneel didn't kill. Okay? Aubrey's run didn't deserve the gun.
That's right.
And Michael Thompson's plea on the feet didn't deserve the beat. This is what we're dealing with, y'all. So without further ado, I don't know who else was next on this. He's coming. We're going to have one of the commissioners, Sharon Henderson. She's a commissioner for Benton Harbor City. We're going to have her a few words.
Thank you, Ms. Hooligan. To the crowd, my comments was this. The people of Benton Harbor, I've always felt safe in my city. When my sons and my husband travel outside the city, to St. Joe, to Benton Township, to Berrien County, any place in Berrien County, that's who stopped them. Not the city of Benton Harbor. People feel safe here. There's things that have happened in our community, but largely, when our citizens leave outside the city of Benton Harbor, that's when they're harassed and stopped. I had my daughter, before she moved away from here, she would go out into the township and she'd be stopped. She became traumatized by being stopped just for driving while black. That's what we know that as. My son, he is 20 years old, not even 21. He's been stopped more times than I've had license, years than I've had license. Driving while black, oftentimes not ticketed. And so those are the things that we're dealing with in our community. It's real, and people in our community are facing it every day. If we don't get justice, even in the county of Berrien County, people are going over there being prosecuted, being given sentences people should never get. They should never get. If the county doesn't change, we're having this rally in Benton Harbor, but we should be having it on the bridge over there. Because that is where a lot of our issues stem from. Not here in the city of Benton Harbor for everybody. But we should be marching over there, a peaceful rally. As the brother just stated, somebody over there busting out windows, trying to create issues, saying that the protest is violent. We haven't started any violence in our community. It is the outsiders that's coming in starting violence. Somebody's busted a window out, and people are making comments. That's why I didn't come, or that's why we're closing early. Shops in St. Joe literally closed early today, saying that we were having this protest and they didn't want anything to happen. It was going to be riots. It's thoughts and fears like that that are produced and created that keep these systemic things happening. We can't create fear around a peaceful protest. Nobody's doing anything violent. Thank you.
Thank you. court system over there is messed up. It's screwed up. They're giving us sentences we don't deserve. First time offenders getting 20, 30 years. Are you serious? You know? Again, vote. Again, vote. And right now we're going to have, Pastor Lynch come and have a few words.
Let me first thank the organizers, and let me say to all of our fellow brothers and sisters from different walks of life, Caucasians, thank you for supporting us today. Thank you for standing with us today, because we've been screaming for years now that Black Lives Matter. And the reality is, someone loves to argue when they say all lives matter. And I want you to understand, and let me give education to that statement. When we say that Black Lives Matter, what we're really saying is all lives do matter. But we want to be included in the all. It amazes me that when we come to rallies and protests like this, that police are circling around the neighborhood like we've killed them. We haven't choked anybody. We haven't shot anybody in animals. We have not stunned somebody at the gas station. Why is it so much so now that you want us to be non-violent when you've been violent all of this time? Why is it that you want us to be in peace when you've been causing war and havoc for over 400 years? Did you not see the video of a man screaming, "I can't breathe"? Did you see the video with a man screaming for his mother? Did you see a video with a man saying, "I'm getting ready to die"? But can I tell you, that's not the first time that Black America have had a knee in our neck. Just last year when they tried to shut down our school, that was nothing more than a knee in our neck. When Trayvon was killed in Stanford, Florida, that was another knee. When Michael Brown was killed with his hands up, that was another knee. And because of that, we still say Black Lives Matter. We still say we're not going nowhere. We still say you can't kill all of us. We still say we're here for the long run. So this in closing, where do we go from here? After this is over, how do we organize and mobilize? How do we make people across the bridge understand that this is real? I say what we do, we continue to come together like this. We continue. You know, it amazes me if I say this, Pastor McAfee, and I'm done, even walking through the crowd trying to get to here, police officers still won't say hello. Still won't say, "How are you doing?" Still won't ask you, "How's your day going?" The reality is, until we make the system respect us, none of us here killed anybody. None of us choked anybody. And I agree, Pastor McAfee, we must make them earn our vote. I'm tired of just voting for Democrats, and I'm tired of voting for blacks just because you look like me. I'm ready to vote for some people that's going to put policies and procedures in place to support the black man, to support our school system, to support our judicial system. Can somebody open up their mouths and say, "No justice, no peace, no justice"?
Now, we've had some powerful speakers up here, and they're telling the truth. Are they not? They're telling the truth. And again, I just want to piggyback a little bit on what he said as far as, you know, people coming over here acting like it's us that's doing the looting and tearing up. It's not. It's not totally us. They coming over here, going to different places, doing what they're doing, and leaving and acting like it's us. But then everybody, with the government, everybody want to get mad and go up on us and want to shoot and kill us and put barricades up on us when we go out and speak. And this is how we think they think they're going to be heard, right? But then when the KKK and the white supremacists go burning crosses, they ain't got nothing to say. When they go up on the state capitol with guns all in their faces, they don't have nothing to say. But they got something to say for us. When we want to speak out. No. We're going to continue to speak out. And without further ado, I'm going to ask Pastor Atterbury to come and have a few words.
Come on, shout with me. Say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Come on, shout it again. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Now, I want you to clap your hands for George Floyd's family and all of them that have died. We are standing in solidarity. When I watched that video, I cried like a baby. I cried, and I can't even hardly talk about it now. This issue can be fixed. This issue can be worked out. But the only way it's going to be worked out, we've got to stand together, stay together, work together until we make something happen from the White House. I said from the White House. We are tired of seeing young black boys murdered. Now, I respect the police. My son worked as a police. I got another son. And we respect. But there is too much pain and too much hurt that many police has done to our people. And until we recognize that we are all in this together, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I don't care what color you are, if you let it happen to blacks, it's going to happen to whites. We have to make a stop. We have to say enough is enough. I'm not going to stand for it anymore. I told my church, where do we go from here? We stand up. I'm not going back to Africa. I'm not going back to Jim Crow. I'm not going back to picking no cotton. I'm a United States American black man, and I'm saying it like this here. I demand justice and respect like everybody else. Now listen, you heard the saying, make America great again. I want you to take that again, throw it away, and repeat after me. Make America great now. Make America great now. Come on, shout it. Make America great now. Make America great now. And until we start standing up together, it's not going to change. We have to stand together. Stop hating on one another. And stop trying to destroy one another. I worked my butt off all my life. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. And people be jealous of you and want to see you down. We got to get rid of jealousy and envy. And we got to stand together as human beings and demand. I told them today, and I'm sitting down. Well, I'm going over here. I told them today, what do we tell our children? We tell them to stand up. My daddy said, tell everybody you a man, and you demand to be treated like a man. If it costs my life, so what? Give me liberty or give me death. I'm not afraid to die. I said I'm not afraid to die. And I teach my kids, don't be afraid to die. We got to stand up if we want to stop seeing this kind of mess, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. Come on, say enough is enough!
Right. Yeah. Where there is unity, there is strength. Say, where there is unity, there is strength. Where there is unity, there is strength. Unity in our community is what we we need. Coming together, putting all our differences, personal differences aside, and coming together for the common goal, which is justice for us. Now, our police department, Berrien County Police Department, police departments all over America. Hear me and hear me good. You were supposed to be sworn in to protect and serve. But did that apply to us? No. It doesn't seem like it applied to us, does it? Okay? You're supposed to protect and serve. But until you start defending us and protecting us, we're going to defund you. Y'all need to be defunded because you're getting paid to kill us. Y'all getting paid to kill us. They're getting paid to kill us. All these riots and stuff, you think, do you not think they're not getting money for this stuff? Yeah. They are. They're getting money. They're getting paid. That's why they're sending in these infiltrators to come in here and do all this stuff. They're getting money. Believe that. And with that being said, we're going to have our last speaker come up. None other than Benton Harbor's very own mayor of the city of Benton Harbor, Mayor Marcus Muhammad.
First of all, I'd just like to say, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, when I took the oath of office, the last words that we were to recite was "So help me God." Yeah. Because the weight of the office, it ain't for everybody's shoulders. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback and say what you would do. Yeah. Yeah. But when you're sitting in the seat, come on, and you have to make some tough and hard decisions. Yeah, yeah. And you ain't got no amen corner. Come on, come on. But you gotta stand for what you believe in and what you know is right. Yeah. So I'm a son of Benton Harbor, and I'm the occupant of the office right now. That's not my office. That's the people's office. Yeah. So when I was asked, do you give your blessings for this protest? I said, of course. Because it is the right of the people to peacefully protest and raise the issues that are important to them. So I'm not here today to be no apologist for nobody. Because right is right and wrong is what? I didn't hear you. I said right is right and wrong. But this is the challenge, one of the challenges I give you today. We have to be willing to point out wrong if it's our mother. Come on. Oh, I ain't gonna get no. Go ahead, man. We have to be willing to point out wrong if it's our brother. If wrong, if the cop is wrong. We can't have a policy where we want to hide if it's our family member. Because two wrongs don't make a right, and two wrongs don't make a left. But I'm here today because I'm sad on one hand and I'm angry on another. I'm angry at what I saw in Minneapolis. I'm angry at what I saw in Cleveland. I'm angry at what I saw with Freddie Gray. But if you look at the word anger, and you put a D in front of it, what do you have? So you can be angry. But if that anger is not controlled, then it can become a dangerous situation.
Oh, yeah.
I wish somebody was listening.
Come on.
We don't need a dangerous situation amongst innocent people.
That's right. That's right.
Because you heard it from Washington, once the looting starts, then what?
The shooting starts.
Stop Trump!
I ain't here. Hold on. I'm not here for no political rally. I'm going to say that right now. I'm not here on no politics. Democrat or Republican. Because I called Congressman Upton. And I said, I need you here. You don't like that, man. He right over here.
All right. Show your face.
Because the thing, come on out real quick, Congressman. Let's just let him sit. Some said you weren't going to be here. But one thing you're going to learn about your mayor, I ain't letting nobody off the hook. Because when it goes down in the history of the war against police brutality, the war against injustice, I don't want the record to show that I was a conscientious objector. That was the mayor there. Here I am. Lastly, they said some skinheads that's here.
Ain't nobody scared.
Commissioner Singleton, he got a bald head. Look at him. He's here. Oh, I got Sister Beverly Coleman in the house today. I got Pastor, President of the Ministerial Alliance, Pastor Gully in the house today. But whoever is here, we're not going to tolerate nobody that's coming to burn up, tear up, or board up our community.
Don't tear shit up. Come speak your mind.
We're here. Don't disrespect whoever said that. Don't disrespect me in front of my people in my city center park.
Bro, you took that wrong.
I don't need nobody saying nothing.
Okay. Come on.
You should be listening.
Come on.
I want for this unity here today, for us to leave here, because the anger is here.
Yeah.
But we want for it to go out in a positive way.
Yeah.
So let's build up. Let's clean up.
Yeah.
Let's strengthen up our community.
Yeah.
But we can only do that with unity. The last point on police. Somebody said we don't need no police. We don't need no crooked police. We don't need no corrupt police. We don't need no low-down police. But when they came to me and said that, I thought about something that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said that until we have a society where we do unto others what we want done unto us, he said until we have a society like that, you're going to need some police. God bless you. Thank you for coming. I love you. And let peace reign throughout this city. God bless you.
Thank you so much. And when I got here, I have to say this is one of the most beautiful places that I have ever moved to from New York City.
Thank you.
And I have to say that coming here, you guys have welcomed me with so much spirit and love that I understand the passion and why we are here today. I also, before I start singing, I will say that we all need to register to vote. Vote. Vote is your power. Vote is your power. Say it with me. Vote is my power. And I know everybody here, and if you don't know this song, harmonize with me. It's lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Everyone sing. Sing a song full of the... Oh, I know it. Sing a song full of the grace that the present has taught us.